Stop recording. Button.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Rants. My name is Q, and today I just want to make this video. I'm not quite feeling up to the par. Everybody in my house has been sick and has had the flu, and me here, I'm fighting it slowly but surely. I haven't experienced as much, but I can feel it really trying to attack me, and I really want to fight it off. But I thought I would make this video because it is overdue, and I'll explain the situation here shortly. So first of all, let me start off by saying Happy New Year. It is January 1st as I shoot this, and it is January 1st as this will be uploaded. So Happy New Year 2018 to everybody. Hope everybody's had a good one, a safe one, and most importantly, a blessed one. May your 2018 be filled with nothing but blessings and good luck. May God continue to bless all of you. Yeah, just want to start off by saying that. Now, this is going to be my review and my first thoughts and opinions on the iPhone SE. Now, this video tried the unboxing. Actually, was shot. I tried to shoot it on Wednesday when I got the phone, or quicker than I got the phone. The problem with that was the fact that, first of all, it was hard to get in the box open. I had to actually go find scissors and different shit like that. Apple retail packaging is really well put together. So I got to give Apple credit for that. Second of all, I'll show you something here. Second of all, the phone itself was actually dead. So in order for me to do a first boot up in this, to show how a blind person would use it from the welcome screen, even just to give the first boot up to give my thoughts and opinions, it was dead. So there was really nothing I could do. So I had to actually charge it and then do the update because it came and I had to actually update it. And that's what happened all, in regards to all those aspects. But yeah, I've been using it now for about 5 days, and I do have 2 days to decide if I want to return it or not. And so far, I've decided I'm going to just keep it because it is a good little phone. So the story on why I got the phone and how I obtained it, a lot of people have YouTube, have money and stuff like that. The iPhone SE is reasonably priced right now. Unfortunately, what I'm going through with my business and my personal life, I just can't afford to blow $200 right now for an iPhone. So, with that being said, my business partner, he actually was considering getting an iPhone SE. He's totally blind as well. He's never had a smartphone a day in his life. So the iPhone is probably the most easiest and the most bought smartphone by people in the blind community. So my girlfriend actually convinced him to go ahead and get the SE. And she's one of those types of people that if she tells you something is easy to use or something is easy, period, more than likely it's true. 9 times out of 10 it's true. Because she's the type of person that gets frustrated. She actually has a J7 Perks, and she hates it. I don't think so much she hates it. It's so much of the fact that it's, Android is not as straightforward as Apple is. One thing about Apple, it's so optimized and all of their devices are pretty much the same. You get an iPhone, you pretty much know what you're going to get. You get an iPad, you're going to get what you know what you're going to get. You get an iPod, Apple is pretty much straightforward. And that is one thing I do like about Apple. They're very well optimized, and I don't too much care for the restrictive part of Apple, but I can't say that they're real optimized and they're real put together, as far as everything that they have going for themselves. So yeah. He actually said he was going to get the iPhone. His goal was to get it by the end of the year. He actually did. I actually got mine before him. So I was sitting there Christmas morning. I didn't go to bed till 7 o'clock Christmas morning. And I made that video Christmas Day. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking. I called Boost Mobile after they opened at 7 o'clock. I went online and I done my research. And the only model that they had in the iPhone SE was 128 gigabytes. Now, keep in mind, if you buy this 128 gigabyte model straight directly from Boost Mobile, it is only $229 out cash. Now, due to the fact that I didn't want to pay cash and I didn't have it, I'm going to end up paying $432, which is actually a little bit of a discount, because if you buy a 128 gigabyte iPhone SE right now from Apple, is $449. So I did save about $17 there. So my down payment was only $1. Then I paid the taxes of $30.99, and then I paid $12 for overnight shipping. Of course, I didn't get it Tuesday because of the holidays, so things were a day behind. But I got it on Wednesday, and UPS actually came kind of early for it to be, the way it was. So, but yeah, so I got it, and so far, once I got it booted up and I got it charged, first things first, it was very accessible. For a blind person to use it is very accessible. So from the box, I have it actually in my hand. So let's kind of go over the general design and go over the specs of it. It has a 12 megapixel camera, has the Apple A9 chip, dual core, 1.8 gigahertz. And now the Apple A9 has actually been put in an iPad that was released by Apple this year. Plus the 128 gigabyte was kind of released by Apple this year. So it's last year actually now. So yeah, it's kind of a 2017 model. So the phone is fairly new. Like I said, 12 megapixel iSight camera on the back with 4K recording. Only a 1.2 megapixel camera on the front for FaceTime and selfies. Home button with Touch ID, first generation. So it's not the new Touch ID that's currently used on the current flagships by Apple. However, I use this to log it. I couldn't really tell. I haven't had a chance to play with any of the newer iPhones, but actually I can't tell. I log into my business bank account with Touch ID. I do it for App Store purchases. I think I can log into my Amazon account, and I log into my PayPal with Touch ID. So I do quite a bit with Touch ID. So yeah, it really does. It does a job. So yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah. So the phone itself, it is a 4-inch display. It's not a 720 display. I am coming from a 720 display, but I'm blind. I can't see the fucking screen anyway. So yeah, the phone itself is really built good. It has a 5S design, and it actually does feel good in the hand. I actually have it in a Specs candy shell case that I picked up on Amazon for about $10-15, and it does a job for me. I don't plan on dropping it no time. So if it does drop, more than likely it'll be fine because it's covered. It's covered. I wanted to cover this thing up because iPhones are so fragile. So when it's out of the box, what you can do is, so a blind person, for them to turn on VoiceOver, all they have to do is triple click the home button. Show you this. So VoiceOver is off. VoiceOver is on, and I will unlock it. My fingerprint. Monday, January 1st. Maybe. Okay. 90% battery power, low power. All right, so yeah. All right, so it actually performs very well. Actually, the iPhone, it is, like I said, it's 128 gigabyte, and I've only used about 13 gigs. That's because all my apps and all my photos have actually came here. But I'm actually going to delete a whole bunch of stuff. I honestly could have survived with a 32 or even a 64 gig, but the 128 gigs is a nice addition. And if there's, as long as there's good deals on it, I will probably continue to get the 128. But honestly, I'll be fine with just 32 because I don't do too much on my phones. So anyway, looking at the device itself, it really is a good. It performs very well for the way that it's built, and I can honestly say that switching from Android to Apple, it does take some getting used to, because Apple is more restrictive, and they pack so much power, except for the iPhone X. The iPhone X, in my opinion, is for visual purposes only, but that's just my opinion. But coming from a 5.5-inch screen with a 33 milliamp hour battery and an octa-core processor, I actually think the iPhone performs better, except for the battery life. The battery life, now that's a different subject, but I'll get into that in a second. But that's actually performance. Same amount of RAM, but going from an octa-core to a dual-core, you notice a difference. But the way Apple is built and the way they're optimized, the iPhone performs and it handles tasks a lot better and a lot smoother. It really does. The fingerprint sensor on this thing is pretty good. It's actually really, really fast and responsive.
6:13 p.m. FaceTime.
So yeah, I am on the home screen, and Siri is just very, very well responsive. What time is it?
It's 6:13 p.m.
Yes. Happy New Year.
New Year's Day is today. Happy New Year.
How old is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is 71.
How old is Hillary Clinton?
Hillary Clinton is 70.
All right, so yeah, Siri works very well on this device. Battery life, like I said, is not as good as my J7 Perks. I got about 2 days, a day and a half, 2 full days on my J7 Perks fully charged. This here lasts me through the day. It does that's the most important thing. I want the phone to get me through the day. With the usage that I've been doing, it gets me through the day. Now, today's actually been a kind of a light usage. I've had it out to charger since about 5 o'clock this morning, 4:30 this morning. I've been streaming a book and doing some other things with it, and I'm at 90% now. But that's because, like I said, it hasn't been used that much today. I will show you guys here. So if you go into General, and I actually do have the low power mode on, which turns like Hey Siri, and you got the battery. You got like the background app refresh, and I got a lot of location shit off that I just really didn't need. Matter of fact, let me see something here. So if you go into privacy, now if you go into location services, there's a whole bunch of shit in here that you can just turn off. Okay, so if you go into system services here,
location-based suggestions, off. Motion calibration and distance. Say time zone, requested you. Chairman location. Wi-Fi network, requested your location within the last. Chairman location, off. Significant locations, off. Product improvement, heading. iPhone analytics, off. Popular domain, off. Routing and traffic, requested you. A hollow arrow indicates that.
Alright, so yeah, I have all that stuff turned off. So, yeah. Now I'm actually going to show you guys here how to do something here. So, one thing I did not know, and you call me a dumbass, I really did not know that every finger, like even if it's your own hand, that every finger has a different, it has a different, what does you call it? You have a different fingerprint. So I'm actually going to add a fingerprint here.
Place your finger. Lift and rest your finger on the home button repeatedly. Place your finger.
I'm actually just going to add quite a bit. I'm going to add another fingerprint to it. It is a process to do this,
Place your finger.
but I'm going to do it, guys.
Place your finger. Place your finger. Place your finger. Place your finger.
I'm actually going to do my whole hand.
Cancel. Button. Adjust your grip. Keep going to capture here. Continue. Button. Continue. Cancel. Button. Place your finger. Place your finger. Place your finger.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do it my whole hand, probably.
Place your finger.
Because, you never know.
Touch ID is ready. A fingerprint that changes color during the setup process. Continue. Button. Continue. A fingerprint that changes color during the setup process. Recognition is 100% complete. Image. Continue. Button. Continue. Finger 2. Button. Finger 1. Button. Add finger. Finger. Cat F. Foxtrot. Text field is editing. Finger 2. Character mode. Clear text. Delete fingerprint. Q.
All right.
Touch ID and passcode. Back.
So yeah, now I can use another finger
6:17 p.m.
to unlock my phone.
Settings.
So yeah, it actually works pretty good.
iTunes and
So
privacy. Battery.
so
Emergency SOS.
um,
Touch ID and
if I had to give a rating on the iPhone SE, I would actually give it a 9.5 out of 10. It really, it really does work, you know, well. I honestly would probably. It looks like honestly, I'm more of an Apple boy. I will be rotating between the J7 Perks and the iPhone SE, but I really do like Apple. It is more easier for blind people. I do see why majority of them like it, but I also am kind of accustomed to Android because of the customization and just different things. But the thing about Apple devices, yeah, they are expensive. Of course, I would never pay $700-800 for the newest flagship. I will always probably buy the previous flagship before because you can get a discounted price. But honestly, Android depends on who they are. Like Samsung and LGs mostly, and maybe even ZTE. Samsung, ZTE, LG, and Motorola's are usually made to the point where they perform really good. But Apple, 9 times out of 10, when you get an Apple product, it's pretty much going to work. It's going to perform pretty good. You're going to have your bugs and things like that, but it really does work pretty good. So so the design of the phone is a little bit different. It is an old, outdated design, but it still is pretty good. So the design, I'm going to give the design of the phone about a 7 out of 10. It really does work. It really does feel comfortable in the hand. It is taking some used to getting, some getting used to because I'm coming from a bigger device. But yeah, I'm going to get the design about a 7 out of 10. The performance, I'm going to have to give the performance a 10 out of 10. It really does perform pretty damn good. Maybe occasional hiccups here and there, but it's okay. Just, if you restart your iPhone once a day, it does actually pretty good. Battery life, I'm gonna have to get the battery life about as 8. It's way above average, but honestly, they could really do better. I like to see Apple do something new with the iPhone SE 2. Overall rating, I'm gonna have to get the iPhone SE Boost Mobile 128 gigabytes. I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5, 9 out of 10. It really is a good, solid device, and it is definitely something that I would recommend, especially because it is at a budget price, guys. And yeah, I have decided I'm probably going to keep it. It is a wonderful phone. If you want an iPhone, so you have an iPhone for bragging rights, but you don't have the money, then get the iPhone SE. And a lot of people might say you have the 5 or the 5S, then just start showing off the features, guys, and then people will realize, no, it's not. This is really a better phone. So the iPhone SE, definitely worth the buy in 2017 and 2018. Well, it's 2018 now, so definitely worth the buy in 2018. And I'm very anxious to see what the iPhone SE 2 will bring, and I hope they announce that very soon. So if this was helpful and informative in any way, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and all the other good stuff. And I really hope this helps you guys. Happy New Year. Please be blessed, be safe, and may nothing but blessings come to you throughout this year. I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.
Stop recording. Camera chooser.